guys, welcome back to part 2 of FedEx Gaming's interesting ways to use mobs inside of Minecarts. Now, if you have not seen part 1, I'll have a link popping up on the screen right now. If you cannot click links on the screen, then there will also be a link in the description below. I highly recommend going to check that out, or you won't know what I'm pretty much doing, or you will know what I'm doing, but you'll miss out on a lot of awesome tutorials. So here we go, guys, part 2 of interesting ways to use mobs in Minecarts. Alright guys, so I'm going to go through each and every single one of these once more really quickly, just so I can put the times underneath the names. If you didn't notice, I put the times of when they start inside the video underneath the name, so you could skip to which one you like the most. So we're going to start off with this, with the arcade animal one. All you have to do is just get on top of your animal, click this lever, and it will start bouncing. Oop, I got off my animal again. It'll start bouncing up and down like one of those little animal things in front of arcades and things like that for children. And then when you want to get off, all you do is just click down this lever, and then, you know, just hit the pig and get off your pig. And same thing with the horse. If we flip up this lever, the horse will start bouncing up and down. Obviously, we can get on top of the horse, but the cool thing about the horse is you can make it buck. So let's move on to the next one, guys. The next one's just supposed to be spooky ghosts going through your floor. If you don't know what I'm doing right here, this is just a minecart down there, and you put carpet above the minecarts so the guys go around the minecarts. If you notice, you cannot push them because technically you are not touching the minecart, so it's just a creeper and a villager going around in a spooky way. You can make this in like a haunted mansion or something like that. And our next one is also spooky. It is a creeper's head in a jar and a Squidward's head in a jar. Very easy to do, especially if you watch part 1. It's just the same repetitive thing over and over again. The next one is a classroom. As you can see, we have kid 1, kid 2, kid 3, and the teacher. Like I said, if you want to skip to these, if you look at the names, right underneath the names is the numbers, well, the time they're going to be starting inside the video. And then last but not least is our villager inside a race car. He's exactly the same as the kids over here and the teacher, so it's not going to be hard to make these guys. It's pretty much just the race car that's going to be a little bit of annoyance to make. So let's start building these things, guys. All right, guys, so our first tutorial is going to be our nice little bumping up animals. You mostly see these things inside of malls or in front of arcades, so let's just go ahead and build this thing. It's not hard to build at all, but it is probably the most redstone we're going to have to use. All right, guys, so for this build, we're going to need a 5x3 spacing, and we're also going to have to dig down 2. Now, we're not going to be using all this spacing, guys. Don't worry, it's not that big, but this is just the spacing we're going to need for every little bit of redstone to fit. So let's just go ahead and start building this thing right away, guys. Not a hard build at all. So what you want to first start off with is a furnace. Get a furnace out, and we're going to go to the bottom left-hand corner and just count up 1 block. 1, and put your furnace right here, and then go ahead and stick any old item inside this furnace. Doesn't really matter what it is, just stick any item inside the furnace. Next, what I want you to do is skip 1 block from the furnace, so 1, and we're going to put a comparator going this way. Make sure your comparator is going away from the furnace like that. So it looks something like that. Next, put a repeater in front of your comparator. Put a block in front of your repeater. Let's use a different color. There we go. We got orange right there. Put a block in front of your repeater. And then what we're going to do is take redstone dust from this block and swing it all the way over to our comparator just like that. Next, what I want you to do is put a piece of redstone dust like this. Then we're going to put a sticky piston facing upwards with a slab on top of it. Next, what we're going to do is make it so this actually activates. So when I put a block here, as you can see, it starts bobbing up and down. Now, you can make it go faster, but what I like to do is I like to put it on 4 ticks. So it goes the slowest it possibly can go. This is what I have it on when my pig is bobbing up and down on 4 ticks. If you want to make it go faster, then you can put it on 1 tick, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, or you can have it set to the slowest speed, which is 4 ticks, which I highly recommend because these things don't go super fast inside malls and things like that. So let's just delete this block. So what we have to do is to make sure it doesn't keep bobbing up and down like that is we have to put a sticky piston right above this furnace. So put a block right here above the furnace, and then right here we're going to have to put a sticky piston facing downwards. So delete 2 blocks down, 1, 2, like that. Take your sticky piston and put it facing downwards like this with a block in front of it like that. So our thing should start activating, and then make sure there's no block here. Make sure there is no block underneath this block like that. So now if we put a block right above our sticky piston right here with a lever, boop, as you can see, it turns off, turns on, turns off, because the sticky piston is pushing the block down so the signal cannot be picked up from the furnace into the comparator. And then when we flip it up, the sticky piston, well, the comparator can now pick up the signal from our furnace, and that's how everything works. All right, guys, so once we've gotten all the redstone in, all we have to do now is just clean it up. So use whatever blocks you're using for your flooring to cover up all your redstone besides the slab right there. So just swing it all the way around. We don't need that like that. And now all we have to do is just put in our pig or horse. And guess what? We're going to be doing the same thing like we did from part 1 all these times. Just come up a block like that, then come over to like so. Put 2 powered rails down, put a power 2 said power rails, put your minecart on top of the rails, and then spawn whatever animal you're going to be using. I'm going to be using the pig, so we're going to go ahead and go like that, and we're going to slap a saddle on top of our pig as well. Delete these 2 blocks, push our animal over to the side, so push it to the side where the slab is. So it should be right there. Beautiful, that should be the whole way. So now we're going to go ahead and delete all these blocks. Boop, he falls down in the hole, and beautiful, your mechanism is now complete. So if I click this button, our pig will start bobbing up and down, and we could go ahead and ride it. And the same thing for the horse. Now if you're wondering what happens if someone hits it and knocks it off like this, well, it's very simple, guys. If you want it back in the same way, if you want it back the same way like this, then literally you're gonna have to kill the pig and do the same thing all over again. What I mean by doing the whole same thing all over again is, I don't have a sword on me, pig, I'm sorry. You know, I'm just gonna push him over here. Is you're literally gonna have to go up 2 blocks again, go over and put your stuff in like that. So hopefully no one pushes it off the track, because especially a horse, you cannot do this with a horse, because a horse has a pretty much like a 2-block radius around it like that. So him being inside this hole right here, it's not supposed to be happening. He's technically getting stuck inside the blocks. So if he gets pushed out, then you cannot put him in. He has a 1-block radius, so you might have the off chance to push him in here, but like I said, it's easier just to literally just redo everything than trying to push your pig back in this hole, because it's silly ridiculous how hard it is to get back in there. All right, guys, so our next tutorial is going to be our ghosts that are going around our floor in a very, very creepy way. This is very easy. It's just minecarts on top of rails with carpets on top of them. Now, if you're wondering, do you need to name tag a mob that's in a minecart? Apparently you do, because over here from part 1, as you can see, 3 of my zombies, there used to be 4 here, 3 of them have despawned since I did not name tag them. That was just showing you the height they were sitting at, and they are now gone from part 1. So I highly recommend name tagging your mobs, or else they might despawn. So let's go ahead and build this thing, guys. I'm sure a bunch of you already know how to do this thing. It is very easy. Pretty much all you have to do is just set up a room. Now, it doesn't have to be this small. All you have to do is just set up a room whichever way you want to have things going in and out from carpets. So literally all I did was I just made a squiggly line. So I went like this. Doesn't really matter how big you make it. Obviously, we have to fix some parts. So we're going to go ahead and just make a squiggly line. Like that, and then we're going to come out one more and wrap it all the way around and pretty much make it so it goes back to itself. Now what I did was I didn't use too many power rails on the outsides. I used about 2 of them. I put one right here, and I believe I put one right over there as well. But to power up the power rails, all I used was a block of redstone. If you did not know, blocks of redstone can put power to power rails like this. As you see, there goes the power rail, came on, and ooh, you know what, I didn't want one there. We're going to put one here like this. I wish I didn't put my power rail so far away. And we're going to put one, I guess, right here. There we go. Beautiful. And then on the inside, what I did was I put a bunch of powered rails in here. And if you did not know, once one powered rail is powered, you can power up to 8 powered rails away from this powered rail. So I can go like 8 this way or 8 that way. Now, all we have to do is just take out our normal rails and then just fix all our normal rails all the way around our squiggly line. And you don't have to worry about people pushing your minecarts or anything like that, because technically the minecarts are underneath the floor, so the people cannot touch them like that. Now what we have to do is just put in our villager and our creeper very easily. All I did was I just put a spawn egg here, or you can, you know, push it over here or something if you're doing it on survival, but I highly recommend not doing this one on survival because it's going to take a little time. But as you see, there goes our villager, and now he'll go around our track like that. Hopefully he makes it. There we go. Okay, he did make, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put my creeper in now as well. So all I did was I just put a creeper down, same thing, put this down, and then I pushed the creeper in like that. So now we'll push him like this. No, oh, there we go. Okay. No, he stopped. See, that's what I didn't want to happen. I didn't want this to happen. Go, 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 go. No. It gets annoying when you put more than one on there. Trust me. If you put more than one on there, then it starts to get a little bit tedious. Go. No, that way. Go, go, go. Hurry up before the creep bumps. No. So after a million attempts, I finally got them looping around together without them bumping into each other. That took a little while. So now all we have to do is just make sure to name tag that creeper just in case. So literally just hit him with the name tag. There we go. We're just going to name him Test. And then we're going to go ahead and take out our carpet, whatever carpet color you want. I'm going to go ahead and using black carpet. And we're going to put carpet right around this area right here. Now you could go ahead and make them go in and outside of walls a lot more. I just made them go through one here, but we're just going to take our carpet and we're going to put it right above our little area like this. Obviously, watch out for these guys going around. Well, it's not like it matters. You can't really stop them from going around. It just gets annoying when you do it. There we go. And then we can just fill in the rest of the carpet so it looks like a real floor. Now all we have to do is just add in our wall. Now I highly recommend you using stairs here, because if you did not know, if we use a normal block, then that might suffocate our villager and creeper. So if we use a staircase, which is a transparent block, when they go through the staircase, they will not take any damage. So just, you know, be on the safe side when you're using things. You can use glass, you can use glowstone. Just use things that are transparent blocks. If you don't know what a transparent block is, then just put down pretty much just put down any block, put a repeater coming out of that block, put a piece of redstone dust on the other side, and then put power to that redstone dust like this. Let's take out this, not a saddle. Let's put a redstone block right here, and as you can see, that repeater is not coming on. That means that is a transparent block. If I put any block here that activates that repeater like this, that means if they go through it, they're going to get hurt. They're going to get clipped through the block and get hurt. If I put a furnace there, they're going to get hurt. If I go ahead and put let's use glowstone. If I go ahead and you put glowstone there, as you see, there is no redstone current going through it, so that means they will not get hurt from that block. So just keep that in mind. You don't want them getting hurt when they're going around, or else they're going to die eventually. It's going to take a while and it's going to sound horrible, but they will die eventually. Just like a bookshelf. A bookshelf is not a transparent block, but then I put some bookshelves like this. There we go. And now we have our creepy ghosts going around our flooring inside a haunted mansion or whatever you're going to be using this for. All right, guys, our next tutorial is going to be our heads in a jar. Now, remember, keep it in mind from part 1, like I said, mobs inside of minecarts right now are screwed up. So we're going to have to use enchantment tables or, you know, slabs to combat in with the screwed up mobs right now. Obviously, this will be fixed in the future. So I highly recommend watching part 1, guys. I go into a little bit more detail on how to use the mobs and why the mobs are so, as you see, everything just spawned, so I can't really show you right now, but why the mobs are so screwed up. Like this guy right here, as you can see, if I take him out, see how he's like sitting out of the minecart right there? They're not supposed to be doing that. So right now mobs are screwed up, so this eventually will be fixed. So you might have to change your mobs like height limit if you build any of these. You might have to change your mobs height limit in the future. So for the creeper, I'm going to be using an enchantment table, or you can use an end portal, or if you are attempting this on survival, you can go ahead and use snow. But I highly recommend not attempting this one on survival, since it is a creeper and it might explode and kill you. I'm not sure if they'll explode at you when they're inside a minecart, but I'm pretty sure they do. So literally all we have to do is, like every other single one we've done, dig down a hole and go ahead and put a enchantment table inside of. This is for the creeper now. This is for the creeper, not the villager. You're gonna go ahead and put an enchantment table in there, and we're gonna do the same thing like we did on every single one. We're gonna up 2 blocks, come over 2, like that, and then up 2, just like that. Place your 2 powered rails down like this. Put 2 blocks of redstone up. Place your minecart on top of the rails. It'll start bobbing back and forth. Go ahead and put your creeper right about there. There we go. Our creeper is now stuck. Go ahead and name tag that creeper so he doesn't despawn. And then delete these 2 blocks right here. Push him over said hole that has our enchantment table in it, like this. Come on, get over the hole. There we go. Then we're going to go ahead and delete all these blocks right around him. And then delete this block, and it'll fall right on top of the enchantment table. Once he's on top of the enchantment table, he can no longer move. As you can see, I cannot push this guy anywhere. He is completely stuck in there. Now all we have to do is just add in our staircase and our block. Now you can use whatever you want down here. You can use glowstone. Just use a transparent block so they keep this nice light look effect. If you use a normal block, then they're going to end up turning dark, like this cow over here, or this creeper, or just like this guy over here. As you see, I didn't use a transparent block, so he ended up turning like this dark color. If you don't mind the dark color, then go ahead and use whatever block you like. But we're going to go ahead and use a upside down staircase. So it is very simple to get our stair and our glass block in. So all we have to do is just put a stair right here, then come back over here and put one upside down just like that. Put a glass block right above your stair, and then we're going to take out our pistons, and we're going to place 2 pistons like this, and then we're going to put power to the top piston, and it'll push it right over creeper. Don't worry, he is technically inside those blocks right now. As you see, he just warped back over there, and there you guys go. Now you have a creeper head in a jar. I guess you could leave it like this and have pretty much a 360 view of it, but I don't like what the stair looks like right here. If you use glowstone, then you can have a 360 view of it. It doesn't look that bad. It actually really doesn't look too bad with the minecart as the flooring. It doesn't look that bad, but that's not what we're going for. We're just going to put a creeper head in a jar on top of a table. So let's see how I can't place this block reader. So sometimes you have to place the block one away, put the piston like this, and then push the block over like that. And there we go. There's our creeper head in a jar. And then same thing with the villager, except this time instead of using an enchantment table, all you're going to have to use is a slab. And then, you know, just do the same thing we just did over there with the creeper for the villager. All right, guys, our next one is the classroom. Now, I'm not going to show how to build the whole classroom. We're pretty much just going to learn how to stick these guys inside a chair to make it look like he's sitting down. Because the awesome thing about this one is you don't have to use this just for a classroom. You can make a fast food restaurant. You can make a restaurant. You can make them sitting down at a computer desk. You can make them sitting down at anything you want. As you can see, it looks like they are sitting down in a chair. It's very simple to do, guys, just like all the other ones we did. And then this guy over here is just standing up on top of an enchantment table. So we're just going to swing over. Let's go to the back over here, I guess. It's very, very easy, guys. So all we do is just dig down a block, put a slab inside said block. Then we should do the same thing like we do on all of them. Make a pretty much a U shape. Then we're going to put 2 powered rails down, send power to those powered rails. Next, take out a minecart, which I always forget to take something out. Put your minecart down, and then stick a villager on top of said minecart. Delete these 2 blocks, push him over the hole we just made. So hey, don't be fuzzy. Actually, this isn't really this one's more of a teacher. I don't know why, I like to make them kind of look like the teacher. See, this teacher's wearing like a white lab coat and the kids are just wearing normal clothes. So if you want to keep it to that set, then you can go ahead and do that. So then we're just going to delete all these blocks around him. He should fall right down into that hole. Beautiful. Once he's inside this hole, he can no longer move, guys. No longer move, do anything he wants. He's completely stuck in there. So all we have to do is just take a piston and then take your chair. You can use any color you want. I'm going to be using, I believe this is oak wood. Right? Okay, yeah, I gotta go at least one away though to put my chair in, because sometimes that happens. So we're gonna go like that, activate our piston, and then we're gonna put another piston right here and activate it and put the chair inside the villager. And there you guys go. Now your villager is sitting down at a chair. Now if you're wondering how I made the school desk, all I did was just use stone brick. I put the stone brick upside down like this. Oh, come on, there we go. Put your stone brick upside down, and then what I did was I slapped on a light gray wool on top of that to make a school looking desk, because I don't know, school desks kind of look like that. I don't know. So there you guys go. There you have your little villager sitting down in a desk, and then obviously you can name tag him anything. You can tag him Jimmy, or you know, Ashley, or just something. Name tag him whatever you want. So all you have to do is just go into sneak mode and then slap the name tag on top of your villager, and he'll get a name. And his name is Tess. Well, they're all named Tess, leave me alone. And then for the teacher, all I did was, instead of using a slab, I used an enchantment table. So all you had to do is put an enchantment table in there, do the same exact thing we did, just make that U shape like this, slap down your 2 powered rails like that. Then we're going to take out our redstone block to send power to our powered rails, and we're also going to take out our minecart and our villager egg, put our minecart on top of the rail, our villager egg. Now this one looks more like a kid. I guess the kid is teaching the teacher now. Then we're going to push him over here to this side, make sure he's all the way to that side as much as possible, delete all the blocks around him. And that's it. There's the teacher like that. He's literally just standing up in front of the class, and then you can go ahead and put a desk in front of him. I just used stone brick stairs once again, and I just put stone brick stairs upside down like this in front of him. There we go. Like that, and like that. And then I went ahead and I put some blocks right along there, and there is the teacher's desk in front of the student. Then obviously you can have the whole classroom, or you could just make this into like a restaurant. Maybe you'll have 2 villagers sitting across from each other in a restaurant or something like that. So our next tutorial is the race car, which is pretty much, I'm going to show how to build the whole race car, guys. I'll show how to build the entire little race car. You know what, I might use stairs here. Stairs might look better than slabs, but it's the same exact thing as we did over there with test over there inside. Well, kid number 1, it's the same thing with the kids. So if you already understand what you're doing, then you know you're good to go. I know some people probably skip to this part of the video, so I'm going to show how to do it once more. So all you're going to do is delete down a block right here, put your slab inside this block, then we're going to make that nice U shape, 1 2, and then 2 over, 1 2, and then 2 up like that. Make your nice U shape, put 2 power rails right there, send power to your said powered rails like this, stick your minecart on there, and then take out your villager and put your villager right here, and then delete your power that's going to the power rails, and then push your villager over that hole that you made with the slab inside of it. Delete these blocks right here, delete these blocks right here, and then delete this one, and he'll fall inside there. Once he's inside here, he can no longer move. As you can see, he is completely stuck in there forever. Next, what we're going to do is take out our piston and our staircase. So take out a piston and a staircase, put your piston like this, put your staircase like that. Oh, obviously we're gonna have some technical difficulties here, so I'm just gonna come over one more and put a staircase in like that, send power to your piston, and then we're gonna do it one more time just in case you can't simply just put it right there, and send power to it again. And there we go. Now our villager is inside the staircase. Now all we have to do is make that sweet looking race car. So I'm gonna go ahead and use I want to use a light green. Let's just use lime stained clay. I guess I did that with the same one over here. Yep, I did. So what we're going to do is put a lime stained clay block right in front of them. And we're also going to need black blocks for the wheels. So go ahead and take out black stained clay or black wool, whatever you like. And we're going to go ahead and put some black wool right there. And then we're also going to need some half slabs for the front end. So we're going to put some half slabs like that. There's our race car's front end. And then, you know, I was going to thinking, I don't know if I want to use slabs here or stairs. Stairs might look good too. So let's try stone stairs first. And then we'll try then we'll just put the slabs back if it looks bad. So then I'm going to put 2 stairs like this. Ooh, oh yeah, it's going to connect to that. So it is going to look, I don't know. I guess it kind of doesn't look bad because you could step into the car. You know what, let's do the whole thing and then we'll play around with it. So we're going to go like that. Then we're going to put a block right behind it, a block one more, and then put 2 more wheels like this, like that. Put a slab on top of it. Next, what I want you to do is pump over a block and then over like that and put a slab here. And then we're going to put a slab over to the side and a slab over to the side like that. And there you guys go. There's your race car. And does that look all right? I kind of don't like it. I don't like it. So we're just gonna put the slabs in like that. Boop, 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 like that. Beautiful. And then if you want to, you could go ahead and put tires on it as well. I like using item frames. You put item frames right here, and then you take out a button. So let's get out a button real quick. Let's use stone button, and then we're gonna put a stone button right on the block. Do not put it inside the item frame so it looks like that. I like putting it right on the block itself. So what you do is you just look at the block and then place the button. As you can see, it looks a lot bigger than it does before. So then we're gonna go ahead, look right at the block, boom, boom, and then place 2 more on this side. Boom, and there we go. And there you guys go. That is how you build the race car villagers. And that is all the tutorials, guys, from part 1 to part 2. Like I said, if you want to see part 1, it will be in the description below. I'll also have a link for it on the screen in the beginning of the video. But that is every single one of the tutorials. Hopefully you learned something today. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe. Stay tuned with my newest videos. All right, guys, peace.